Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of From Print to Pod. This is your host, Dr. Donna Coriel, and I also am going to be the guest for this episode because I wrote the article Pay to Post, Reclaiming the True Meaning of Community in Healthcare Spaces. I'm making this video today because a topic has come up that has really affected me personally and has affected my own personal growth in the past, and I believe that it's something that so many of us want to speak up about and can't. A lot of us, we don't have the proper platforms to do this in, but I do. And I suffered in silence for years, being pushed down by peers in a way that was unethical, and I'm no longer going to be silent. The issue lies in physician Facebook groups where we gather together to discuss things and where admins build up control in a way that's not only controlling, but also oftentimes unethical. And I wrote about that several times, though I haven't really shared personal stories that have happened to me. And I know that have happened to others as well. People just like me are regularly being censored in physician Facebook groups that purport to promote networking and camaraderie, and they don't, not for everyone. And I think that this is quite an important concept because we continue to support those spaces even when they push some of us down. And this is happening on a political scale, and this is happening on a financial scale. And what I mean by that is that when you have a Facebook group, you're coming together to openly discuss with others things that are affecting you. Now, there's sometimes themes in groups, like there's a side venture group that I opened, and the theme there is side ventures. And there's also mom groups where you can talk about things that affect you as a mom. But at the end of the day, it's a space where people can post, and when they do, those people expect that the answers that they're getting are real answers from the people that are in the group with them. But what happens is that the admins of that group, they are deciding what makes it not only to the feed, to the wall of the group, which is more understandable because sometimes there's rules and you have to really conform to rules in a group in order for the group to grow properly. But they sometimes delete comments. And in that way, they're censoring real input from peers. And here's how it can affect us and why it is actually unethical. Say somebody asks a question about where they should invest their money. And you have commenters that are suggesting where that money should be invested based on their experience. You have the admin many times coming in and giving the answer with the affiliates for that group. Now, for those of you who don't know what affiliates are, they're links that are specific to that group that earns that group or that admin. It earns that admin money every time someone purchases through that link. Now, those are fine. Those are legit. That's a referral link, and it's certainly kosher in the world of today. But what's not kosher is when that admin is also erasing any comments that are competitive to theirs. And the reason that it isn't actually legit and it isn't actually ethical is because they're not making they're not making it transparent. They're not telling the person who's asking the question, by the way, I'm erasing other viewpoints. So the person who's asking is actually thinking that they're getting answers that are just coming in, right? But they don't know what they don't know. So they don't know that someone has posted an answer and that that answer has been deleted because the admin, either doesn't believe that that's a good answer or maybe doesn't financially profit from it. And that leads to influence and it leads to unethical bias.
Here's a quick visual of what that looks like. So someone comes into a Facebook group and types out their question. Once their question is posted, someone else clicks in and types out their response and shares it underneath that question in the post. The admin sees the reply that they don't like and they simply delete that reply. So that reply is now gone from the post. It's disappeared.
And there's certainly a line that we're crossing there between regular entrepreneurship and referral links that earn a group money, which is absolutely happening. And I, for one, am for that. If you have a Facebook group and you're helping to market someone's conference, like ours, like SoMeDocs's, then you should certainly be able to generate revenue based on the conference earnings. And that's what an affiliate link is. That's what a referral link is. But you can't really delete comments from people that are genuinely giving their answers, right? They're not going to know that that answer is there. The same can happen politically as well, right? If the admin of a certain group doesn't like the tone of a comment or the side of a comment, right? Even the political skew of a comment, they'll delete it. And the person who's asked the question doesn't know what that deleted comment said. And that's withholding information that could be relevant to many of us making a decision. And I've seen this play out as well. So you're getting Facebook groups that are deleting comments based on political affiliation, right? Let's say that they're liberal and they don't like a conservative comment, they will delete the conservative comment. And if a group is conservative and there's a liberal comment, then they could be deleting that liberal comment so that people in the group aren't seeing the opposing viewpoint. And this is quite honestly worrisome. And it's worrisome to me in particular because we're talking about physician spaces, meaning we're talking about spaces where intelligent beings that can think for themselves are gathered and are asking genuine questions, but are not actually seeing genuine answers. And this is really concerning. And I'm not sure what the right answer is, especially since I see incredible growth in a lot of these groups that are being unethically run. I'm just not sure how we beat this together, right? As a profession that wants to come together in a space that respects us all, finds a way to make rules that apply to all of us, but also doesn't censor. And so part of my frustration over the years, and I did this all alone because I was censored and I had no one to turn to. I couldn't tell anybody that I was censored because I didn't have a group. So part of my solution was building new groups where I could host conversations. But more than that, I always envisioned that we would have these really important conversations about getting censored in other groups. I think that we should know which groups censor and what they're censoring and what the implications are for that censorship. So I hope that you check out the Facebook groups that SoMeDocs has created and has created in an attempt to build ethical spaces where we have rules that are transparent, where we don't delete comments because we believe in open discussion and where we are all treated fairly as physicians should treat one another. I hope that this makes sense. I hope that you join our Facebook groups, and I hope that you amplify this video, this article, and this message, because in it lies real life concept that's playing out today. I will add that if you have your own story about being censored in a group, we're happy to hear about it. We're happy to publish it. This is not meant to punish anyone. This is meant to have more transparent discussions about the things that happen to us in order to change them and make them better. In my opinion, this is no different than when hospital systems silence us as physicians and control us, right? Which is so ironic because a lot of these Facebook groups purport to empower physicians, but how are you empowering physicians if you're censoring some of us? How are you promoting networking when you're literally deleting what some of us have to say? To me, that is unethical. And that's also completely not doing what you're saying that you're doing. And so we need to have this discussion out loud because we need to actually make progress by bringing doers and change makers to the forefront of these groups so that everybody sees them. And so that it's not just the same people that get seen every single time, but it's actually people that are doing things even if they've been censored in the past. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that that really hits you like it hit me when it first happened to me, the censoring. Thanks for listening.